as we start to clean this up, we're looking at the very fine mixture of stuff in between these stones. You can really get a good look now at the variety of what we have here. We've got some designer stones, you might call them. And then we've got a variety of sand, gravel bits, different pieces here and there. Paver base, step one. This is the gritty stuff. The step two paver bases are much finer, more granulated, similar to the diatomaceous earth. The diatomaceous earth just completely disappeared in here. It's all right. Where did it go? It just gets absorbed. All of this stone, all of this sand and rock, everything with the exception of this damn lava, everything else plays nicely in here. We get it in here, it stays, it melds. So I'm going to throw some of this gritty stuff in here. What we're going to do here is just basically get this out here and see if we can't get it at the end of the day to look a little bit like a grout. I've had good success in another area, which we can look at sometime with a later video, where it just sinks in and stands out. Now getting it up into these stones up in here is absolutely okay. The worst thing that can happen is we're going to get some torrential rains and it's all going to wash out, and some stuff is going to sink. Some stuff may wash away. If it washes away, it's not going to hurt anything. But what we're looking for is to create some highlights eventually as this all merges. What I'm going to want to do here is get this in the crevices, and then we're going to go ahead and hose it down, spread it around, let Mother Nature sort of do her thing to work it in. This is part of what I call the controlled erosion aspect of the garden. Controlled erosion, using water, controlling the water the best that we can, letting the water do the job. If there's any question in your mind about whether or not water is connected to erosion, take a look at the Grand Canyon. So I'm not indicating that sprinkling this in 3,000 years is going to make a difference here, but for pure highlighting and a little bit of a finished look, I think this might add some highlights. We've already had a T-storm basically every day this week, so the season is upon us. I know you hear me talk a lot about drainage, but here, drainage is absolutely something that we need to consider. Oh, back here, this is going to really help to pop this dark area back in here. Get some up into these crevices of these stones, and that will definitely stay, and hopefully make it a bit of a highlight, help to create some visual separation of the stones once it settles down. Get some. The hope is that it will look almost like a whitish mortar when it dries. You can see how it can bank up in the low spots. That's a good thing. This stuff that's back up in here obviously is not going to go anywhere. Some very nice contrast in this after the first rain. So it hasn't even been in place 24 hours yet, and it's already starting to get some highlights. Okay, well, this might not be to everyone's taste. But it will do for the season. You know, certain things have to be done in a garden periodically. Doesn't matter what it is, weeding or trimming, shaping, cleaning, clearing. There's always things to do in the garden. Well, this is not something that we're going to do on a weekly basis. Let's see how it weathers through. And when we're on the other side of the hurricane season, we'll see how much of this survived and whether we want to add more highlights to it or not. As it stands, it's got one really good rainstorm under its belt, and it's already settling down nicely. Well, there is plenty of more rain to come, so we'll keep an eye on it. Hope for the best. This little center garden has all of the elements that you could ask for from a small garden in a small yard. It's circular. You can walk all the way around it. You've seen the backside. If you haven't seen it, go to the video for the backside. It's a totally different look. But out here, this has all the elements that you could ask for. It has a pathway. It has the growing opportunities on both sides. It has the egress. It has the sight line. It has strength and structure. It grows from the bottom up. It's got layering. It's got areas to separation. It's got little pieces of mystery and hidden spots. These two alcoves give you two completely different options to grow things. The stonework in here is simple, simplistic, but it's got a nice rural touch to it. It's got it adds some curves, it adds some texture. This little section right here, when you look at the layering and the way that it builds, the way that it has different textures, these are harder and stronger. These are just starting to wake up now. We're in tropical. There's a decorative pineapple growing in the middle, which months from now will be right up in invisible. The the textures, the colors, the qualities, the everything blending together in such a small space. And then we have an entirely different grouping here in a small space. And then we have another grouping here in an entirely small space. This is it. And I think that we've done just about everything that we're going to do to this garden for this season, barring natural disasters, which are never off the table here. That's one thing I've learned. Mother Nature is highly active in this area, and natural disasters are something that the Gulf Coast got shockingly aware of last season. So I think we're finished with this bed for now, for this season. I think we've done all that we needed to do. We've cleaned it. We've added some extra highlights and a little bit of a touch to it to give it some sparkle and highlight. Okay.